It's so good to see you. Thank you for agreeing to do this.
Yeah, no problem.
We're just jumping right into it because
Why not?
let's be real. And
Yeah,
I can have a little chat offline afterwards.
sounds good.
We on the free Zoom, baby.
Have to.
All right, so Shahanessy, you have been one of my besties since friggin' kindergarten, right from the start.
Yeah, about
And
Frankie's age.
about Frankie's age, which is wild, which is 4 years old. And you are an absolute badass, and I admire you. And I just want you to give us a quick version of your story.
My story. Well, I grew up in Light Lake, obviously, as you know, middle of nowhere, dropped in the middle of the bush. Long driveway, lots of responsibility with horses. Um, Basically, grew up pretty grounded in that sense. Um, Split home, so back and forth between parents until I was about 14. Um, Moved away to go to college, and I was not sure what I wanted to do with my life. So I picked the first thing I could think of, which for me was history because it was something I enjoyed. I thought I'd be a history teacher. Now I'm a homeschool teacher. So it kind of worked out. Changed my mind a few times. Master of no trades, but I guess jack of all of them. Um, Moved this way being St. Joseph Island. Well, Echo Bay first, meeting Jason, which was like a pivotal moment for me. Um, I ended up, we ended up getting married after being together for about a year and a half. And I guess the rest is history. I got pregnant while I was in school for law and decided that my family was more important than pursuing that as a career. So,
I didn't expect to get emotional.
so I guess I've done history, electrical, worked in the mine, went to law school, like the law portion of it, not law school, but the bachelor's portion, and then got pregnant, and it just kind of changed everything. Kids changed everything.
It certainly does, doesn't it? Holy
Yeah.
moly.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, I'm back. So yeah, that's amazing. Like you said, you really have done everything and to be along
Mhm.
your side doing all of that, your wedding, I still can't even talk about that. That was so fun.
Jason's like, oh, watch, Stephanie's gonna get emotional during this video call. He's like, I just know it. I just know it.
Even
How
me.
dare?
Anyway, moving right along. So you have built your life, like you said, around homeschooling, your children, your family,
Yeah.
gardening, baking, cooking, and everything is just so hands-on.
Yes.
Um, was this always the vision? I know it's pretty in line with how you grew up, but and I know, like you said, you had some different opportunities along the way, but
Mm-hmm.
was this it or has it evolved?
Oh, it's totally evolved. I had full intention of like going to school, going to law school, wanting to be a lawyer. Um, I was in the process of doing that when I got pregnant with Ireland, and I was really sick during that pregnancy. So I ended up having to actually drop out because I couldn't make it through a single 15 minutes in class. Um, but once I did that, it kind of gave me the opportunity to reevaluate what was important. And growing up, my mom worked full time, so she was out of the house often. And my dad was non existent after the age of 12, 13. So I wanted to provide a more stable, more emotionally grounded and connected household than what I grew up in. Not to say that it was like a bad thing. It was a very big learning experience for myself and gave me the values that I do have now. Um, I would say that I went from, it's funny because like the whole law school thing turned into instead I was teaching for school. So now I
Oops.
have my practitioner for that. So it's a whole other jump.
Oh, life has some amazing
Yeah.
curveballs along the way, but I just admire how resilient you are and how you have been able to provide such an amazing life for your kids. And they're remind me how old are they now?
Sawyer will be 10 in April and Ireland will be 12 in May. And that is just wild to me. I will have no children in single digits in my house. And that is insane. And yeah, I kind of wish I could go back to just like itty bitty babies. But
Itty bitty babies. It's amazing. And like I said, I just look up to you as a mother because with a 4-year-old, I'm in the trenches back here trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
you'll never know.
She's a leader. She's a real leader.
Spoiler alert, you'll never know what's going on. Fly by the
I
seat of
think
your
everyone
pants.
knows.
Yeah.
So your skills, I know you alluded you've learned a lot from your mom.
Um,
Um,
as far as like being a good parent and a good mother, yeah, I would say so. I didn't grow up knowing or being taught how to bake or preserve things or cook or any of that because she was working full-time hours. So quite often, like my brother and I would be kind of fending for ourselves or, grabbing some food at the hospital, courtesy
yeah,
of Jane Primo and others.
the lovely ladies at St.
Ice
Joseph's
cream
in Ellerslie.
with the wooden spoon.
Oh yeah, we'd have those, probably some from the same fridge on the third floor.
Mhm. Yeah, third floor, yay!
Truly.
Yeah. So I didn't grow up with those skills. I grew up with, like, I guess, having a lot of responsibility in that we had horses to take care of, not just our own, but boarders. So it was like a bigger responsibility on our shoulders and helping with the kids' camps that we did. So I was teaching those as well by the time I was 13 and doing trail rides and guiding those with my horse. So responsibility was one of the biggest things I learned at a really early age, I guess. But
Absolutely.
I taught myself when it comes down to the baking and the preserving and
Um,
the gardening and the
your
hunting
decadent
and the
desserts. I'm
foraging.
like food porn all the time. It's
You're
amazing.
welcome. Yeah, it is.
It's honestly amazing. Um, and would you say that I think we both know the answer to this, but would you say that we've lost a lot of these skills with modern culture and we're as we get further and further away from
Convenience has been the biggest problem in society. It took, what, 2 generations for most people to lose what they inherently were being passed down?
truly?
Um,
Yeah.
like 2 generations is all it took. And I mean, like, we don't have a huge piece of property currently. We just have like half an acre property in town in Richards Landing. However, that being said, we made it a big priority for ourselves to put in the garden. After I started with a really small garden when we first moved in, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So I was like, okay, I'll start with like this small little 12 by 16 garden. Just throw some seeds in, see what happens. I
I'm
learned
gonna write
what,
that down. 12 by 16. As someone who is starting out this year, truly.
yeah,
So you started small.
started
I
small
mean,
for the
12 by
first
16 is quite
year.
large.
Yeah, so it's a decent size, and that's what piqued my interest and wanting to continue because I saw how much it provided, and I wanted to be able to provide more, like to put things away during the winter in our cold room and can some stuff, put it in the freezer. So then the next year, I expanded it, much to Jason's dismay. I picked up some free fencing and tossed some fence posts in and made it bigger. And then I think it was like by year 3, Jason decided, like, okay, do we want to have a more permanent structure? Like, we have deer around here like crazy.
Yeah.
So they'll go through fences, they'll go over fences. They don't care what's going on. They're going to eat your stuff. So we also have a lot of neighborhood cats who tend to find their way into our backyard. So that being said, we decided to expand it to it. Right now, it's 24 feet by 48 feet, and it's too small. I find that it's now too small for me now. So I'm looking at ways to maybe like along the one edge till in, so I can make like a hoop house garden for my hot peppers because they take longer to.
So it's a process.
It's a huge process,
And
and yeah, he
yeah.
took it on himself to throw in some really good cedar posts. We went to the bush, cut down some trees, we milled them, we put them in the ground, and then we picked up some good fencing and he dug it like a foot deep into the ground so no critters can dig under it. He did a lot of work for me because he knew it was something that brought me joy. So, and he knew that I would make delicious things. So, a
Well,
little selfish.
exactly. It's kind of a win-win, is it not?
Uh-huh. Yeah, a little
I think
selfish. I know.
he had an ulterior motive for sure.
Have to.
He called me out. Now I'm going to call him out.
Fair. That's fair.
Burger.
All's fair in love and war.
So that's amazing. And like I said, I needed that reminder because as a perfectionist, I want it and I want it now. And I
Yep. We
want
want
all of the things. So I've been reading
to
some
get
books.
it.
We'll chat offline and maybe we can even go deeper into this because I
Yeah,
think
for sure.
if I'm not mistaken, this is the time of year that you want to literally start. You need to plan. You need to plan ahead and have an idea of what you're going to do in your garden. And
Mm.
I think more of us, like we talked about the modern culture, I think more of us are trying to go back to this way
Yep.
of living because we don't have any other choice anymore.
It's more wholesome. It's the nutrition. You know where it's in it. You know
Yeah,
there's no added fillers that are unnecessary. It's a more whole intentional diet and whole intentional living. It's not just like the eating it itself and the preparing the food, but it's also like from start to finish, you're teaching the kids resilience, you're teaching them how to take care of something, you're teaching them how to have responsibility over their own life basically, and the life of something else and how it provides for the family. So it's important for me to have that in our house.
I think it's amazing. And maybe it would get Frankie a little bit more excited because right now we have a very no a strict no vegetables rule.
So I found that with my kids, it was like obviously the same situation, but when they're growing it, they're so excited for that happening. My like, okay, snap peas, big one. That's like you can pull them right off and eat them right away. And cherry tomatoes, another one that's really good.
And I
Um,
love both of those things.
yeah,
And they're
and you
so
can.
expensive.
Yep. Yeah, they
They
really
are
are.
so expensive.
That being said, like I look at my garden plans too, is like what can I get locally or even in the stores during the winter that makes sense financially. Like I'm not going to plant, I'm sorry, like my garden is still small enough that I will not plant like a huge row of carrots when I can pick up carrots for so cheap.
For
Especially
sure.
around here from the Mennonites and from the local farmers. I can
I
just go
just read that. I just read that somewhere, and it may seem oversimplified and obvious, but it's not really because carrots probably
Mhm.
would have been like, oh, I feel like they're easy. They would be one of my go-tos, but you need to, if especially if you have limited space, you really need
Yeah.
to plan.
Yeah, and I love growing pumpkins. I think they're so fun. Um, every year I make the same mistake of planting more than what I planned, and then next thing I know, they're like taking over everything, and I'm
Yeah.
looking underneath vines for stuff. So last year I didn't plant any, and then I realized no, I need to still plant them. So I just missed them, and so I decided that I'm just going to expand into where my manure pile is because there's local farms. So I went and grabbed free manure,
Yep.
and I'm just going to plant them all in there and see what happens.
You're
So
so resourceful.
I try.
Bibbity boppity boo.
It's true.
So obviously you find all of this very nourishing
Yes.
from start to finish, providing for your family, teaching your family, teach a man to fish, teach a man to garden.
Yep.
Out here, I'll
Exactly.
teach them how to fish.
All of the zucchini for the whole entire neighborhood.
Yeah,
It's a
I have been
thing.
on the receiving end of homegrown zucchini. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God,
It's
it's fun.
amazing.
It's cool, if nothing else.
Mhm.
But what does wellness look like for you?
Wellness. Honestly, just I guess, full rounded happiness, like happiness with yourself, happiness with what you're eating, with what you're feeling about everybody you surround yourself with, not just food, not just exercise, not just outdoor time, but who you bring into your life that adds value to it as well and doesn't detract from how you feel about yourself. I think it's very important that wellness is all encompassing, I guess. But
Definitely, it
we're
is.
like plants. Give us some sunlight outside and some lots of water. And
Really complicated health plan.
typically we just grow.
Yeah. Well, hopefully.
I feel like I'm in a season of growth right now, actually. So it's nice.
Well, you look amazing, and like I said, I'm back here in the trenches, just like stars in my eyes, watching you do it. And if I can be half as badass as a mom and wife, then I'd say that's pretty damn good.
Oh, thank you. You're doing pretty good yourself. Frankie is
Well,
seems very well rounded and hilarious.
oh my God. She is. She is her own person, that's for sure. Um, so you've actually been following Baddie Bandhas from the start, even from
Yes.
before its inception.
Yep.
Um,
This epicure.
Epicure, Steph's Epic Eats. Yes, it taught
Yep.
me so much. But what have you learned just kind of being a part of this community, if anything, or if you have any feedback or anything like that? Just because we're gonna keep going, we're growing and expanding, and
Mhm.
now the Baddie Bandhas podcast is the
That's so fun.
next dragon to
Um,
slay.
I would say that it's nice to see that there's a community of people willing to be real with themselves as well as others. Both the good, bad, the ugly. It's not all sunshines and rainbows like most social media posts are. So it's nice to follow something that keeps that at the forefront. It helps me to kind of recenter myself and my own expectations when I see your positive posts because sometimes I can have a struggle with positivity, especially over this past winter. It's been pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Um, and just like like I guess our flexibility, because we have a lot of flexibility with our schedule currently because with the homeschooling. Um, but just being flexible and realizing like I can have this plan my whole entire day, just like from start to finish. I know what I want to get done, I have to get done, I need to get done. But if something happens that is just so minuscule, it kind of throws a wrench in it, then you know what, so be it. We roll with it, we see what else we can do to kind of like recoup the day. But
It's
yeah, it's I guess it's just being flexible, and it's taught me to kind of just be okay with that.
Oh, that's huge. Thank you. That is amazing feedback because resilience, I mean, life is going to keep throwing us curveballs and it's going to keep punching us down. Like,
Yeah,
I,
I'd say the last year and a half, it's been kind of,
yeah,
yeah, like a fever dream in some ways where it's just like, how is this my reality?
a fever dream. I've never heard that like that, but in that context, that's
Yep.
hilarious. Yeah, night sweats. We're in our perimenopause era. Oh my God.
Like cortisol, what's this? I'm like 15 again. All of the acne, what?
No.
Go away.
Man, 40 is like
No,
not that far away. I mean, you're
you're not
closer
talking
than I
about
am, but
it. But we'll Jason's 41, so he's the old man in the house, and the kids love to remind
ooh,
him of
our silver fox.
that. I know. I'm like rubbing his face. I'm like, you're so white. He's like, shut up. And he's in a whole, well, he's doing a whole different thing now. He's going to be switching jobs within the next month, which is crazy. After 20 years of one thing, he's recognizing change is good. And sometimes you need to jump onto that changing because it's better for you.
That
And
takes
you don't get
serious.
anywhere without it.
It takes balls. It takes serious balls from choosing to
Yeah.
go and
Yeah.
taking that leap. But you guys have such a strong foundation. I know
Oh,
that you're just gonna thrive. And you're gonna have extra time at home together.
yeah, that'll be nice. It's crazy to think like if he's gone for 1 week, at least when he's home for this 1 week, it's an entire week of all of these plans. So many jobs.
I think we're gonna have to get you and Ireland on a plane or in a car with Sam and Grace to come to Nova Scotia for a girls'
That'd,
trip.
that'd be a lot of fun. I know Ireland would be super into that. She'd probably make me rent a car and go see her friend in New Brunswick too.
Well, there we go. Done.
She loves it. She likes it out east. It's fun.
Well, my girl, I'm going to stop recording on here and you and I can have a little chat offline. But I have to say, I've even learned things about you through this conversation because I don't know. I guess I just assumed you always knew how to do everything that you do. That's
No.
crazy. See
No.
how naive, right? That we have these ideas in our head
Yep.
of how others came to be where they are. Like we have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
And that's being as
Yeah.
close as we are. I still didn't know. And we can still play that comparison game all the time, whether we
Oh,
intend
yeah, for
to or
sure.
not, right?
Well, I can't learn this. I haven't been taught it, right? Like, oh, and it's, you kind of get in your head where you're just, well, I've never been taught, so that's just the way it is.
Well,
No, you
we're almost
have an
40.
opportunity.
What you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Shut up. Watch
Yes, you do.
me.
It just
Now I just so I've learned how to use the chainsaw and how to buck up trees like no issue. My next job is to
that's
cut
awesome.
down trees because that freaks me out. Because I'm like, what if it falls in the
What
wrong
is it? We're
spot?
in the same era. I just said the other day, I want to become an arborist. So maybe we can make something happen there.
It's Jason's favorite thing is to like cut down trees and do stuff, and we do all of our own like lumber and milling for our firewood and for just like helping out his dad with decks. Or
That's
we built a log
amazing.
cabin last year, so there's that too.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
that's incredible. You guys are truly giving your kids
everything. Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
everything that they could need. I remember going to school in Ottawa, I too,
Mm-hmm.
from Elliott Lake, Northern Ontario. Um, I went to school in Ottawa, and all these city slickers didn't even know how to set a fire in a fireplace with a lighter and all of the materials that they needed. These were grown ass men in my paramedic
That was
class.
like one of my main goals, like 4 years ago, is to teach my kids to make sure they know how to do it with flint and steel.
Oh
I
my
won't let them use
God.
a later.
I don't know. I guess I couldn't believe they had gotten that far in life with a
Yeah,
lighter, Shahanessy, not even flint and steel.
that's ridiculous. That's sad.
How
That
have
is
you
sad.
made it
But
this far in life?
I guess it's priorities, right? Like you
And
kind
that's the
of,
thing.
where
You've
we grew up, it was
needed
like,
it.
you're bored, go have a fire. I'm cold outside. Okay, I guess we're gonna learn how to make a
Yeah,
fire
we're
today.
like a bunch of cavemen up in the bush, truly.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
Anyway, we're better off for it. At least we don't really have street smarts necessarily,
No.
but
No.
we can start a mean fire.
Yeah, yeah. Watch me.
Like Frankie would say, "Hey mom, botch this."
That's adorable.
All right, my darling. Well, thank you for being really the second guest on the Baddie Bandhas podcast. I can't wait to see what's next, and hopefully we'll be able to chat again soon.
Sounds good. Thank you for doing this. It's fun.
Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.